Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another VHS video. Today I have for you the ultimate guide to playing the teen role in VHS. This will hopefully be a great guide for any newer players coming in to play VHS for the first time and they want to check out the teen role, and also hopefully give some tips to experienced players. If you enjoy or learn anything from this video, make sure to give it a like, subscribe if you want more VHS content in the future, and without further ado, let's hop into the video. So as a teen, it is your team's goal to banish the monster with all 4 stigmas: shock, burn, curse, and purify. I have 1-minute YouTube shorts on the channel that go over all the stigmas and all their associated weapons, so check those out if you're new. Your main goal at the start of the match should be to not be spotted by the monster. Craft a weapon, and when you hear the monster's tension track approaching or footsteps, hide as best you can until the monster is out of the area. Crafting makes a ton of noise in a very large radius, so be careful to not craft when the monster is near. With weapons, you should feel pretty unstoppable, but that short feeling of safety can quickly be overridden since monsters tend to have abilities to temporarily make your weapons useless, such as the Wart's acid armor or the werewolf's howl. Here's a quick tip to facing some of the monster's defensive abilities. The howl does not affect an activated shock sphere, so he has no real way to counter it. As long as you fly in there with a shock sphere, if he howls, nothing's gonna happen, you can just chase him right down. I sadly had to learn that the hard way. No, I can't. Oh my gosh, that's really bad. You can howl to get rid of the eyeball, but not the shock sphere. As for acid armor, weapons that aren't a one hit are much better against it, because you can slow down the Wart by hitting him with 1 bullet at a time and wait out the armor's duration. But don't make the mistake of breaking his armor unless a teen is nearby to banish the monster. Breaking his armor will just lose your weapon and really gain you no benefit at all unless a teen is there to follow it up. As for the dollmaster, teamwork is going to play a key role since when you destroy a doll, the dollmaster is stunned and his location is revealed through walls. Much like the Wart's armor, you will also lose your weapon if you kill a doll with it. Sometimes, however, it's good to trade a weapon on a doll for a banish on the dollmaster if you know a teammate is in his vicinity. He emits a bedtime lullaby when you are within an area of him and he's possessing a doll. But if you have a weapon, the dollmaster will be alerted that you're near his body. Okay, besides countering some of the main abilities in the game, what else does the teen need to know? Well, there are 3 health stations or medkits on each map that you can heal yourself at. It's a bit slower than if a teammate is there to heal you, but it does get the job done. Healing is currently the #1 time waster in the game. Weapons are of utmost importance, so healing yourself and letting your team craft weapons is very valuable time gained. Speaking of making weapons, most crafting stations have designated areas on the map. There are 2 for each stigma every match, and they are hardly RNG. For example, the curse station will usually be in the library of the hotel and 1 in the basement area. With the facility, the warehouse will usually have a shock station somewhere in it, and the other shock will be upstairs near the comms room. The station location is randomized in the room, but the rooms will generally have the same station. For the back alley / bathroom area of the high school, you can expect a burn station, and for the high school's basement, you'll typically find a shock or curse station. So instead of learning the map's full layout, try memorizing the most important areas of interest, which are the crafting stations, medkit stations, and vending machine locations. Eventually, people may even know all the spots to check for the Book of the Dead and trash cans. Speaking of trash cans, yes, you can find items randomly around the map and also search in these tiny trash cans for items. Good to know. Let's talk about some of the items and when it's best to use them. Chompy bars are best to use when you're on the brink of death with this skull icon next to your name. This is because it will give you enough health back that when you're downed, you'll no longer die instantly in 1 hit. If you eat the bar and then heal, when you get hit back to injured, it will be enough to put you back on the brink of death. But using it whenever you want is generally fine. It's just if you want an extra down, you eat it while the skull icon is there and you're injured. Teens have 4 health states: healthy, injured, prone, which is downed, and then dead. While healthy, you have a blue icon and you just look completely fine. While injured, you have this little slash icon and you'll be yellow. And then while downed, you'll have these down arrows and you'll be red. On your last hit before you completely die, you will have this skull icon. The skull icon means that you're on your last hit. You will die after this. So if you're healthy, you can be hit, and then once you're injured, you'll die. If you're healthy and the monster's enraged, which the rage system means, you will be instantly dead if you have this skull icon, even while healthy. Rage does not care. Pop cans can be used not just to escape quickly, but to run in on a stunned body and secure the kill, or simply to last second dodge a hit and surprise the monster with a weapon. Noisemakers have placed items that reveal the monster's aura to everyone when the monster steps near it. Use these to quickly ambush the monster while your team waits behind corners. And the walkie-talkie lets you see teammates through walls and place static when pointed in the direction of the monster, so you sort of know its location. The Book of the Dead can be found at any point in the match, but should be searched for by dead players in spectral form, as it will emit a sound in the spirit world. Pick it up and resurrect a dead player into a zombie once per match. Zombie players can do all the same things as normal players, they just make a little extra noise and have different animations. Now, how should you play Teen when you have a weapon? Well, the best possible way to secure a kill as a Teen, in my opinion, is to wait behind corners. The monster can't see behind a corner, but you have a third-person camera that can, and you can easily get the jump on a monster. Of course, that won't work against Dollmaster though, since he hides his body. You'll need to be a bit more coordinated for that, like I said before. Also, protecting other teammates that are crafting weapons is a very, very helpful play that new players often don't do. Weapons are everything in this game, and the more you have, the better chance you have against the monster. Teens without weapons literally, and I mean literally, can't do anything. Teens that stick together will have a massive advantage, even if you have to use 3 weapons to slow the monster and 1 to finish them off. Another tip for when you do successfully banish a monster, if you ever hear this noise, it's very subtle, but it's the monster in the banished state. Hide or run if you hear the noise, or even better, if you have a weapon, you can often get the jump on them right as they're respawning on top of you.
Oh. Oh, the time was perfect!
Nice.
Oh, that was such a good prediction.
Monsters will often come out of the banished state on top of where they last downed a teen, or at a crafting station or medkit station, so be ready even when you banish the monster and think you're safe. Listen closely for that noise. A tip for being stealthy: props move all over the place in this game, so be sure to not knock bottles or chairs or whatever it may be around while trying to be stealthy. Also, when revealed or after a failed skill check, these little omen creatures will follow you around. They'll occasionally bring chairs or other props flying in with them, and once they disappear they can often drop props, which creates a lot of noise. It's probably better to just run when omens are chasing you and the monster is near, as they will likely give out your location. They seem to want to surround the player in props so that once you're in the area trying to move around, you'll create a lot of noise. Related to stealth, teens can enter and exit lockers in many different ways. There are 4 ways: crouch, walk, run, and sprint. By holding crouch and entering and exiting, it will be very quiet with almost no noise at all, but very, very slow. While standing or walking, it's a medium speed and medium noise amount, and while sprinting or holding shift and moving, it makes a lot of noise, but you enter and exit very quickly. Same applies to vaulting a window. And lastly, let me just say that you really, really need to communicate as a team with a mic or with the ping system in VHS. The ping system is one of the most important communication tools to let your team know where you're at or what kind of weapon you're crafting at what station, or where you're leading the monster while running so that someone can wait behind a corner ready to ambush them. Get weapons, don't go down because you will lose your weapon and all the time you spent crafting it would have been wasted, and communicate with your team. Forehead, I know. And with all that being said, I mean, I think that basically covers the basics of VHS, of playing the teen role. So hopefully this does help you guys out. I'll probably be making a video soon on which weapons counter which monsters the best, such as the shock sphere with the werewolf because he can't counter it. And then I'll probably make videos for the best perks in the game. Of course, everyone has their own playstyle. Every perk actually does something in this game, and they're actually all pretty good. But I think there are standouts amongst all the perks that you'll want to make a really good build with. But it all depends on what you want to do at the same time. If you want the best survivability, it's going to be a certain perk tree. If you want the best healing, it's going to be a certain perk tree. So everything has its own purpose in the game, but I think I still might make that video just because I think there are certain standouts. But yeah, if you know any new people coming into VHS for the first time, send them this video if they want to play teen. I'll be making a monster video as well very soon. You'll see that on the channel. And then if there's any advanced tips that I missed, like I'm not going to cover things like 360ing and stuff like that because it's not often completely reliable. I just want to give the basic info out there, a little more than the tutorial does, I guess. And yeah, I think I provided that, hopefully. So leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more VHS content in the future, share this with any new VHS players, and that's about it. I'll see you guys in the next video.